Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, thought I'd do a video discussing making homemade polycarbonate shields, Riot shields. I was doing a live stream yesterday talking to Richard Smith and Weapons and Stuff 93, and we got discussing about polycarbonate, and Richard was saying about how it stops his powerful bows, arrows quite easily. So now as we discussed it, we thought, yeah, maybe that would be a good idea to make a Riot shield out of. It's the same stuff. Riot shields are made of polycarbonate. So we discussed it, came up with some ideas, and now I'm going to do some tests. Richard's done some tests. If you wanted to check out his videos, I'll put some links to his. And these are the tests I'm going to do and what I've done. So thinking about it, polycarbonate, same thing there to use. Very lightweight, you can see through it, which is a bit of an advantage, because when you're holding up a shield it's good to be able to see through it, because then you can guard against things being chucked at you. That's one of the advantages of it. Extremely lightweight, reasonably strong, reasonably fireproof as well, I think. So what we thought about was the polycarbonate sheets that you can use for roofing. So this is some that I've got here, and I think definitely one won't be enough. So what I did, I doubled these up. I've done 6 test panels, doubling them up. This one I've already actually tested, doubling them up, and sometimes actually no, or every single one's got another material in the middle. Every material I've got, I've tried to get something that's easy to find and cheap, otherwise it's pointless. And also stuff you can see through. I wanted something that you can still see through it, so that you can still use it like a proper Riot shield would be, that you can see through, because you could just put a bit of steel in it and you know, but then why not just use a steel shield then, you know, or something like that. Anyway, so every material that's in the middle of this is supposed to be reasonably see-through, and what I've done with the 2 layers, I've crossed them over. So one side the lines go that way, one side the lines go that way. I've done 6 different panels, and I will mention, I'll put a subtitle of it when it's each test. I'll tell you each one, but I'll just give you a quick summary of what they are. So 2 different kinds of polycarbonate, both 10mm, but this is a single walled one, or 2 sides, and the other one I've got is a triple walled one, so it's got a little wall in the middle, so it's got one there, one there, one there. Again 10mm, I think it's around about 10mm. One piece is definitely not strong enough. 2, well, you'll see. The materials I've used are the 2 different kinds of polycarbonate, some cheap grill, two different types of grill. One is a sort of wire mesh, which you can get from just some shelving, so I'll find a link to this shelving if this works, and that is reasonably see-through. Disposable barbecue grills, crossed over so the holes are smaller, and the other 2 things were a piece of 2mm acrylic with sellotape over it to stop it completely shattering and falling into pieces, and the other bit was some plastic from a Tupperware box. Again, I wanted this stuff to be easy to get and cheap. You can get big Tupperware boxes where you could just cut 2 bits and it would be enough for a round shield. Right, so what I'll be testing is a basic sheath knife. We'll test that in it. I may use better ones later on. If this one fails, then I'll try something with a stronger tip. I'm going to do 1 test with an air pistol. If this fails straight away, I won't bother using it anymore, because I don't want to just continuously use something that's failing. And I'll also be using the Horizon 80-pound pistol crossbow with the standard bolts, and all of the shooting tests from about 5 meters, so not particularly far away. So we've got onto the test now, so you'll see all 6 of these being tested. and we'll see how they get on. So yeah, there you go. So most of the time the pistol crossbows did actually go through, and the knife would go through a bit. This was the best combination, which was the two triple walled sheets with the acrylic and the mesh. That one stopped the pistol crossbow completely, and the knives wouldn't penetrate either. So for general stuff, I don't need to test things like bricks and hammers and that and baseball bats, because I know for a fact one sheet of this would protect you from those. So what are my conclusions? I think 3 sheets would do it then. You can make a shield with 3 sheets of the triple layered stuff, possibly with a piece of mesh on between one bit and a piece of acrylic between another, It'll still be cheaper than any Riot shield you could buy, a proper one anyway. You can buy cheap Japanese or Chinese 30 quid ones, but I would not rely on those, and I bet they're not very good. But I don't know. Yes, I reckon 3 sheets. So what I'll do now, I'll do it with 3 sheets, and I'll test it on something stronger, like a rifle crossbow and a dagger that's designed for stabbing, stuff like that. So that's what we'll do now. So 2 sheets with 2 inner layers stops a very powerful pistol crossbow from 5 meters, stops stabs through it easily, and would definitely stop things like bricks and baseball bats and stuff like that easily. Because as I said, I think one would. Because I've seen tiles fall off a roof onto one sheet of this and it doesn't damage it. It's more bladed things. So yeah, I think that is definitely a viable option. You can get a big sheet of this stuff for around about 15 quid, I think, if you went and got it from the shop. It might be a bit more if you get it delivered. The mesh stuff, or any of that kind of mesh stuff, you can buy online as well, or anywhere. And the acrylic you can get online or anywhere. But you could use something else. And if you can think of something else that I would put in here, preferably something you can see through, as I mentioned. If you can see through it, you can at least see something coming towards you. Then you can hold it up, still see through it. Because as I mentioned, you could put aluminium in it, you could put steel in it, but then that defeats the object of having a shield that you can see through. So yeah, tell me what you think. Tell me if you've got any ideas, and I'll do some more tests soon. Now with 3 layers. 5 layers altogether, 3 polycarbonate, 2 in the middle. See how that does with a rifle crossbow and some kind of dagger that's designed for stabbing, and doing it as hard as I can. So yeah, I think that is a viable option, especially 3 layers. 3 layers would definitely, and crossing it over again, and it would only be 30 mil, let's say 34 mil thick, so not particularly thick. Anyway, still be a decent shield, and it'll still be extremely light. It'll be very, very, very light because of the polycarbonate. So yeah, I hope you watched all that, and that was quite a long video, quite involved. But I think that was an interesting test. So yeah, polycarbonate sheets for Riot shields. More tests coming soon, and eventually I'll probably make a shield from it and do some proper tests then. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. See you later. Before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and Gearbest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.